Welcome back, riders. I came home to edit this video and apparently I totally forgot to film an intro, so sorry about that. But today, on Friday, May 9th, I visited Six Flags Great America and filmed another construction update for Wrath of Rakshasa. Thanks so much for all the incredible support on last week's update. It really took off, so I figured I'd give it another go. Let's go ahead and dive in. So here I am in the meat of the construction. So we can see here, I don't know if they did too much with the shade structures, but they got these things in the ground. I don't remember those last week, and this is one of them here, assuming that's going to go in there where that is. So whatever they're doing there, I'm intrigued. As far as the station goes, I don't think they added any more of those white things. Maybe they did, maybe they did. But something I'm noticing here, two things. You can see these slash marks. There's a big blue one there, and then it's a little bit harder to see from this angle, but there's another one there. And then also something else I noticed, I was under the impression the exit was going to be right against the station, but it's actually not. You can kind of see that gravel and then the sidewalk, so maybe I accidentally lied to you guys in the last video. Sorry about that. And then I'm not sure if the ramp was this much done in last week's video. I know majority of it was done from a different angle, but I don't remember it being all the way up to the station at this point. So here's that shot. Last week when I was here, I was pointing out how this low zone didn't even have any fence posts, but the whole thing's been done. They got the fence posts and the fence itself in there. So I don't know if they're going to put in more gravel or not, but they got most of it in there, so that's good. And over here we can see some theming. Here's the back side of the statue. I'm going to be able to get a better angle a little bit later in the video, but there's that statue there, and then this giant box. I'm assuming that's what it came in, but who knows? Alright, over here on the Midway between Wrath/X-Flight and Justice League Battle for Metropolis, there's a lot of things going on in this frame. The most obvious, in my opinion, is the Midway. They've gone ahead and laid concrete or cement. I'm not really good with that stuff, but it's not blacktop, so that's nice for a change. It was like this over on the other end of the ride, kind of by Lobster, but this is new this week on this half of the Midway. Zoom in a little bit. Theming! So we got some statues. That's where the entrance is roughly going to be. I don't know if those two statues are in their final resting place, I guess, but they are there. And then you have the shade structure for the lockers. So the lockers are going to go underneath there. So obviously no lockers right now, but at least the building has been built. That was not there a week ago. So something different the park did today, they actually opened County Fair, a delayed start today. It opened at like 12:30 today. And I feel like Wrath, they didn't say Wrath was the reason, but it probably is Wrath, especially since this construction fence here, it chopped the Midway. The Midway's a little bit more narrow now, so not sure exactly what they were working on that they couldn't open County Fair today, but we'll take progress over no progress. So this might explain some of the work they were doing today when County Fair was closed, but we could pretty much anticipate that this is where the Midway is going to be here, this curb right there. Not sure if they did the curb specifically today or not, but you can kind of see all the way it goes to the Midway that they poured way down there. So yeah, it's all coming along. Okay, so let's kind of walk and talk about the theming a little bit. So I actually learned something last week on a forum board. Apparently Plague Productions is behind the theming for this project. So if you don't know who they are, just like I didn't know who they were until last week, a search on their website. They've done a lot of work with Cedar Fair. It doesn't say what specific coasters, but they got Dorney on there, so you would assume that means Iron Menace. They've got Kings Island on there. They got Cedar Fair Corporate. So they've done a lot of the recent work for Cedar Fair theming wise. So I think that's, a good thing. Hey, it's Dan at home editing again. I just wanted to clarify some of the things I said about Plague Productions, as what I said might not be entirely true. First off, I forgot to mention that the reason I am saying Plague Productions is behind the theming is because someone said that there's construction workers on site wearing their t-shirts or something to that effect. This is not something that has been formally confirmed. Second, I wanted to touch on me saying that they did the theming for Iron Menace. Looking through their website, they lean more heavily into haunt experiences. Unfortunately, their website is not the best at explaining what specific projects they have done. Like, they have their clients listed, which include Kings Island, Not Scary Farm, Valley Fair, Canada's Wonderland, Carowinds, Cedar Point, Dorney Park, Cedar Fair, and Six Flags. But the website does not say what they specifically did at each park. For Dorney Park specifically, the website has a background video that specifically shows off the Ghost in the Machine maze for their Halloween hunt. I'm not trying to say that they did not do the theming for Iron Menace, but I am less confident now than I was when I filmed the video. On a broader scale, I'm not sure how much experience they have theming roller coasters, but based on their work with darker themes, hopefully it could translate well to Wrath of Rakshasa. Of course, we will have to wait and see. Back to the video.
The one thing I do kind of worry about with Plague Productions and the theming is just with the merger, like, I just don't know how much like lead time they had compared to a normal project. So that's just one thing I kind of worry about. Like, maybe they got a few less months of lead time to, you know, gather ideas and stuff for theming. That's just a minor thing I worry about, but I'll definitely take something over nothing. So I'm in the line for whatever circle ride this is in Hometown Park, just to get a view at the exit here and stuff. So you see here, this is where the exit's going to be routed. Some of it's covered. I don't know how much of it's going to be covered. I can't exactly tell how much pavement they have down, but at least a good amount. And then it's going to lead here to Rakshasa Relics and Demon Delights. So the bypass, if the gift shop's going to be closed, you're going to come out that way, and then you're going to come this way, and then you're going to go out that way. So that's kind of the bypass. This big opening here, I'm not sure if this is for Demon Delights or Rakshasa Relics. I don't know if Rakshasa Relics is going to be straight on the other side of the building here or not. Not exactly sure how it's going to work, but they're both kind of combined into one building. So there's a current view of that as of today. Over here in Hometown Park, and I don't know if it was like this last week or not. I might have just noticed it today, but it seems like they redid or put in new curbing here. I don't know. I don't hang out around here to know what's new or not, but looks like there's definitely been at least replacement of curbing here and stuff. So there's that. Something I just noticed is how they saved this tree. It's like directly underneath the third inversion, so props to the park for that. So something else I noticed, this portal has some new wood. It was not like that last week, so kind of Wrath update, kind of not, but there's that. All right, that's going to do it for this construction update of Wrath of Rakshasa. Didn't really film any testing footage today. It's been testing very consistently today, but if you want to see it in action, go ahead and check out the video I'll have in the top right corner on the outro, which is right now. One thing of note, this ride's pretty quiet, both the lift and you could tell it's sand filled, which I don't know if I like that. I kind of like the being in roar, but I understand why they would do it. But yeah, that's going to do it for this update. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking. And this might be the last time I'm at Great America before I'm riding it, so we're getting close. All right, see you guys. Push down, pull up, exit to the right. Hope you enjoyed the video, and go have your greatest day yet. Just thought I'd let that moment pass. There we go. All right, choo-choo, bye.